Friendly disclaimer, if you are sensitive and cannot handle jokes during trying times, this is not the video for you, and I will not be mad at you if you do not want to watch it. Because A, I have dark humor and that's how I cope with stuff, and B, I'm a piece of shit. What's up, my boomers? It's me, Melanie Mac here. Today's video, I might get a lot of backlash for this, but I made my disclaimer, so it is what it is. Now, this might be a long video because I got a lot of stuff. I'm going to cover some very interesting hot takes, some very cringeworthy takes that we've had since the events that have been going on as of last night with Ukraine and Russia. I don't know what else. We're going to roll with it. Just hang out with me today, okay? We're in the middle of Revelations right now. Let's just hang out. I don't know what else to say. Let's just hang out. Now, initially, I was very scared when all this stuff happened. I made my tweets. I've obviously been praying for Ukraine and all that kind of stuff. And so it is obviously a serious matter. And at some point, it was the memes, it was the jokes, and all that kind of stuff that was like, okay, this is helping the situation here. Because at the end of the day, dude, life is short and we're all hecked. I don't know what else to say. So this is how I'm handling it. I already made my disclaimer. If you can't, go ahead. I won't even be mad at you. So, yeah, I made this tweet yesterday as well that said, reminder, some people cope with stress through dark humor. Because, you know, I'm one of those people. I always have been. And yeah, people are posting a lot of memes as a result, which if I have time and I don't spend so much time on everything else, I will go over those. But I did get some replies from like some war vets, stuff like that, who were very appreciative that I did post this because, I mean, everyone handles traumatic stuff differently. And I'm telling you, the people who see the worst things, they need that dark humor, man. So no shaming dark humor here. We're going all in. This is Melanie Mac Unfiltered. So, this is where it started, right? This is where the dark humor started when I started to feel, you know, a little bit more at ease because I was terrified. I'm not even going to lie. And I made my tweet saying I'm praying for the Ukraine and how this is very scary and all this kind of stuff. Well, my friend here, Phoenix, she's a cosplayer. I know her from the Tomb Raider community. She lives in the Ukraine. And she replied to me with this and said, me, who woke up at Kyiv, I don't know how to pronounce that, so I apologize, at 5 a.m. to do cosplay set, and now sitting and hearing explosions. And she posted that this is fine meme. So then I replied to her and I was like, OMG, I'm so sorry. Stay safe, be careful, all that kind of stuff. And she replies with this, I'm trying my best. And she's got this Aloy cosplay just sipping tea. Or probably vodka, for all we know. And then look at this morning routine with the explosion. I'm like, girl, she got ice in her veins. So, dude, she's hiding in her basement last I checked. Obviously, I'm praying for her and everybody else over there. But the fact that she resorted to dark humor during this time, I was like, queen. What a queen. So, obviously, I'll be continuing to check up on her. Now, let me go ahead and go over some of these. Oh, I still have stuff from yesterday's video up here. Let me go over some of these takes, okay? Because there's a lot of cringe takes here. And what's funny is a lot of the saviors who are hating on us, who are, you know, resorting to dark humor during these times, they're hating on us for that, but they're making some of the most odd takes you can ever imagine. We've got Rob Reiner here. He says democratic Ukraine is under attack by a murderous autocrat, and Donald Trump and the GOP are rooting for the murderer. God help us. In what universe? Like, look, how's everyone blaming Trump? Look, I don't know, but I have not seen any Donald Trump supporter or Donald Trump himself rooting for the murderer. No one has been on Putin's side on this that I have seen. Now, not wanting to take part in this, it does not mean we support it. I mean, come on. Now, let's look here. Everything the media wanted us worried about with Trump happened under Biden. And then there's always, everybody, Trump enabled it. And this guy's like, 100% truth, all this kind of stuff. Well, I mean, let's be real. Everybody kept saying all this stuff. Everybody kept saying this, that, and the other. Everyone's talking about coof, all the coof stuff, all the coof numbers, all the coof stuff, and saying, oh, WW3's coming, all because of Trump, because of Trump, because of Trump, because of Trump. Well, funny. Funny how that played out, that all this stuff didn't start raining down until Biden was in office. So then this... You know, you just can't make some of this stuff up. Somebody's got to make everything about race. There's always got to be somebody. So this person says, not to start whataboutism crap, but as soon as white people countries go to war, it's a huge deal all of a sudden. Tell me you don't understand the world without telling me you don't understand the world. So this guy replies, have you considered that maybe it's because Russia is one of the world's superpowers and them going to war with another European nation could have titanic consequences the world over? And she says, we've been fighting Russia in the Middle East for many years. And he goes, you might need to read my tweet again. And then she goes, oh, crap, it cut off. Being European and dealing with Russia interference holds no more weight to me than those that do the same in the Middle East. And he said, you said people suddenly care because it's two white countries going to war. You made it a race issue. No one is saying the deaths in the Ukraine are worse. It's just the potential consequences for the whole planet are higher than some small part of Africa or the Middle East. And she goes, some small part of Africa or Middle East? And then he goes, apparently the idea of countries having different amounts of power is lost on you. So I'm no longer going to bother. This whole discussion was just like, bro. All right. This tweet. A lot of people in Ukraine crowding together inside. Only 35% of Ukrainians have been. Less than 2% have been. This is what you think about, Karen. This is what you think about. Yeah, because we're all scared of the coof right now. You know, this coof is scarier than literal explosions. And then Blair White, I freaking love her. She goes, I cannot believe someone would care about this right now. The real question is if they're respecting each other's pronouns. All right. Now we got this, you know, people tweeting about what's going on. And of course, probably a Zoomer. I feel like I'm watching George Floyd die again. Only the country version. We all stand around knowing this is wrong, but helpless to stop it. What can we do? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Nobody is saying that he should have died. But, bro, you're really gonna compare? And of course, you know, you got the white women who are going to blame masculinity, of course. The white women blaming masculinity and white men. It's always the go-to. Toxic masculinity is going to kill us all, isn't it? And or capitalism, which is hard to disentangle from toxic masculinity. And Davey here goes, great display of how degrees in education are a far cry from wisdom. You're going to be begging for toxic masculinity when we need to be protected, aren't you? Next up. I don't know if this is satire or not, but it had me dying. War hurts humanity as a whole. We are all supposed to be united to achieve unimaginable things, just like this picture of Sora and Mario. Anything is possible when we work together. Everyone, please stay safe. We got Sophia Narwitz here with a quote tweet. Right wing doesn't love Putin just because he is an authoritarian, tyrannical leader. They love him because he's a white leader. A white authoritarian leader. Race has become more important than even nationality. They've turned on democracy and now even America in favor of a white warlord. Who who is on his side here? Because I don't know anybody who's on Putin's side here, bro. Way to just make stuff up. In this tweet, people's reactions to the start of World War I. Tragedy of the Austrian throne. People's reactions to the start of World War II. War official. People's reaction to the start of World War III. Memes. I'm sorry. This is where I'm at. I think what you will. And that tweet that I just showed before, this reply from Critical Drinker. Sit down and stop embarrassing yourself, you fat bloviating moron. Okay, next up. I give up. This guy goes, reminder not to assign gender to anyone from Ukraine when tweeting about World War III. Remember to use the correct term, folks, when referring to all Ukrainian folks. It's not hard to be inclusive of all genders in Ukraine. Like, bro, tell me you're living with first world problems without telling me you're living with first world problems. I don't even know if this is a joke. I'm gonna hope this is a joke. I'm not even gonna read that. I just hope it's a joke. Next up, that same tweet that I read earlier, we got Jean. She pops off. She goes, friendly reminder that the current American president is an old white man who told millions of blacks that they aren't black if they didn't vote for him. Sit down, shut up, Mr. Armenian genocide denier. Oh, girl! Mic drop! We got this tweet here. He goes, it's cute that people think if you're against the U.S. going to war over Ukraine that you must be pro-Soviet Union, right? Right? Now this. Stephen King. Mr. Putin has made a serious miscalculation. He's forgot he's no longer dealing with Trump. Yes. He's dealing with big bad old Biden now, who's currently eating ice cream in his nappy while an intern tweets from his account. Look out. Look out. To anyone that has ever used the term toxic masculinity, have fun fighting the war with Russia. Make sure they use your proper pronouns and call them out as fat phobic as they laugh at you before ending your existence because you are weak when they are strong. Lauren, gonna say white woman probably. Toxic masculinity is what initiated this war in the first place. Okay. This war, like most wars, is a fire that was lit and fanned by the ego and paranoia of weak men. You know what? I can't agree with that. It's weak men who are the most dangerous. That's why male feminists are such predators. And soy boys. You don't want to mess. Telling you, as a woman, get me around any toxic masculine guy and I will feel infinitely more safer than if you put me in the same room as a soy boy any day. And of course, Miss White Woman Jen has to reply with white men. White men. Okay. I already read that. And then Stephen King, he's popping off. He's not happy till he keeps it up. What most of us learned as kids on the playground. You don't stand by while a big kid beats up a little kid. You might take a punch or two, making the big kid stop, but that's the right thing to do. Lavender says the rich old man who won't have to fight. Funny how everybody who's making these kind of statements just want, our children to be fighting this battle. You don't see them volunteering. All right. Docs GR. This was in reply to my Marvel video. It says, I own all the Marvel movies through Far From Home. I've been done with Marvel since midway through Falcon and Winter Soldier. I do want to see No Way Home. But in general, I have no interest in future Marvel. Hashtag breakup Disney. I feel you. I feel you on that. Star Siege player says they love the exoskeleton suits because it makes CGI look less awkward. And love God Bible truth. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I started reading this at first, I was like, And then as he kept going, I was like, okay, base, this actually makes a lot of sense. So he goes, good video, sis. But let me say, an alpha male is a man of God whose actions aren't governed by the world. Therefore, he cannot be a slave of the world. A beta male is a slave of the world. He chases the addictions of the world that are natural or man-made. Drugs, sex, entertainment, and anything else that can please his ego. In the Bible, Jesus says that he is the Alpha and Omega. Me and the Father are one. So those of us who follow him strive to be Alpha and lead by good example for what we preach. Love is truth, sacrifice, forgiveness, charity. This is how you know a man is alpha or loves you. Through his actions, not his words. Whoo! Yes! This was like, I felt like I was in church today. Thank you. Man, this was good. All right, then Brewing Bear says, can't wait for the yes, Slay King part of the movie. For Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah, Daddy says, if some woman comes in screaming toxic masculinity, she's espousing toxic femininity. She's equesting to it as well. All right, now, Malfredo El Grande says, your comments about demons hiding remind me of an old preach. There, the priest said the UFOs are demons trying to confuse people because if there is life on other planets, that's the proof God isn't real. When Jesus returns for his church, they will reveal to deceive humans and make them believe there was never God. Now, I actually have been planning on a whole video based around this topic, so I do agree with a lot of what you said here. I don't think aliens are real. I think that they are, I think that the government is trying to make us think that, and they've been trying to plant that in our minds, and it's actually demons. And demons, yeah, I'm gonna save this for another video, but I do think you make some great points here. Now, C. Yelv says, your final comments reminded me of Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Love your show. Keep it booming. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, now let's go to the verse of the day, which I'm going to read probably not this whole entire, maybe this whole entire chapter. We'll see until I feel compelled to stop. This may or may not be applying to current times, but it's worth reading regardless. And Jesus foretells destruction of the temple, okay? So Jesus left the temple and was going away when his disciples came to point out to him the buildings of the temple. But he answered them, you see all these, do you not? Truly, I say to you, there will not be left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down. Now, this is signs of the end age, of Jesus' second coming. So as he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to Jesus privately, saying, tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign of your coming and the end of the age? And Jesus answered them, see that no one leads you astray, for many will come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and they will lead many astray. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for this must take place, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines. Food prices going up, just saying. And earthquakes in various places. All these are but the beginning of the birth pains. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and put you to death, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many will fall away and betray one another and hate one another. And many false prophets will arise and lead many astray. And because lawlessness will be increased, the love of many will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. And the gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations. And then the end will come. Now, it kind of reminds me of this little meme I posted, right? No, not that one. that was funny, though. So that reminds me kind of this meme that I posted here, me looking outside to see what chapter of Revelation we're doing today. And, you know, it's for the lols and it's funny, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe we aren't in these times right now, but who knows? It could be the beginning. We might be in those times. We might be starting those times. I don't know. We don't know. Only person who knows, not even person, God knows. Okay? So, yeah. It's interesting to ponder at the very least. And it's something that I think we all should be thinking about. You know. So, anyway, I'm going to get... I put the disclaimer, so if y'all watched it this long and you're still going to be mad at me, well, that's kind of on you. All right. I just could not. I felt like with everything going on right now, how can I just make a video about Tomb Raider or something? I was going to do a video about a Tomb Raider statue that just didn't turn out to expectation. That was my plan yesterday. But after all this happened, I'm like, how can I possibly talk about a Tomb Raider statue with all this going on right now? Dude. Yeah. So this is where I'm at. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you somewhat got something out of this video. Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, go boom.